I think we find ourselves into this place where we have a lot of experienced leaders and they've fallen into a set of bad habits. And we have these inexperienced leaders where they're going in and they're doing a lot of things we've talked about earlier, but then they start looking around and saying, well, what does it mean to be a leader? Because now you have people that live all over the world and they work in many different places all over the world. And so everything's now intertwined and connected. And we have this feeling to say, hey, what should a leader be doing? You know, I think one of the great challenges as we stop and we think about this, and I think about your charge in the leadership project, and in helping new leaders, and that's really what the impact-driven leader is about too, is empowering ill-equipped these Gen X millennial leaders who maybe haven't had a great example of leadership before them. A leadership model that was very authoritarian, or just do it because I told you, or it's very wishy-washy where there's lack of accountability because they're like, well, I don't want to hold your feet to the fire. You might leave, which brings up its own problems. I think we find ourselves into this place where we have a lot of experienced leaders and they've fallen into a set of bad habits. And we have these inexperienced leaders where they're going in and they're doing a lot of things we've talked about earlier, but then they start looking around and saying, well, what does it mean to be a leader? Because now you have people that live all over the world and they work in many different places all over the world. And so everything's now intertwined and connected. And we have this feeling to say, hey, what should a leader be doing? Do we need to come in and we just need to appease people and say, hey, show up whenever you can, do whatever you can? Or is there accountability to where we're going to be directive and we're going to take the right actions? And that may be polarizing in itself, but the actions I'm coming to take are actually to bring us all together and say, hey, we have this vision. I want to make sure that we're moving towards that. And if you're in, great, I'm in with you too. And if you're not, okay, great. Where can you go find a place? Because here isn't the place.
Hey everyone, it's Mick Spiers from the Leadership Project, where we empower leaders with all of the knowledge and skills that they need to create amazing teams and amazing workspaces. If you're liking today's video, please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Back to the show.
But one of the things to step back, all right, that's the whole piece of the whole pie, and to cut it up into little slices, is identifying and understand if I'm an experienced leader. What are the things I've been doing that I need to stop doing? What are some of those things that you've seen that, leaders right now are challenged with, that they really need to say, hey, I don't know if you should be doing that anymore, or look at it with new eyes. Maybe some of this is the way we've always done it. What things have you seen there?
In defense of the new leader, right? So they're often thrown into these leadership roles where no one has taken the time to show them what true leadership looks like. So their only reference point is to look around at leaders around them. And unfortunately, that's a very hit and miss affair, because we've got a lot of not purposely horrible bosses, but we've got a lot of horrible bosses out there that have got no self-awareness that their actions are impacting the emotions of the people around them, right? So take the time to stop and really reflect on what good leadership has felt like for you. And everyone's had a mixed bag. They've had that, okay, here's a leader that, and there's no such thing as a perfect leader, by the way. So it's picking and choosing different attributes. So look at the leaders that you've had before and think about what worked and what didn't work. And then as you practice your own leadership, practice daily self-reflection. Be self-aware and self-reflect every day to go, okay, what went well today? What didn't go well today? What would I do differently next time if I had the chance to do a similar thing again? What did I learn about myself today? What did I learn about others? And every day you can become a better leader by paying attention to what's working and what's not working. And human beings are complex. So what works for one person may not work for another person. And by the way, to rub salt into the wound, what works for that one person 2 weeks from now might not work for them anymore, because they will be growing and they will have different emotional states at different times. So a leader is very in tune to their environment, very emotionally aware of themselves and those around them, and they're learning every day. Then in terms of what you were saying about the accountability, this is really key. And I often get comments, well, but if we just leave everyone up to their own devices, it'll be chaos. People will just, if you give them a blank sheet of paper every day, there'll be no direction, there'll be no accountability. So yes, that's true. So the leader's role is to be able to paint that vision of the future, inspire people into meaningful action around that vision. So there is a North Star that everyone is heading towards. A great leader is also able to espouse their values and beliefs so that they can then start surrounding themselves with people that believe in the things that they believe. So people that believe in the cause. And once you've got people that believe in the cause, the battle's almost half won, Tyler, to tell the truth, right?
Yeah.
So you're painting that North Star. And the North Star might be something very visionary, or it might be very tactical about this week. Right, team, the most important thing by the end of this week is we need to do this. But instead of telling people what to do, then embrace freedom of choice. And remember that you attracted talented people around you. They know more things than you do. So tap into those gifts, tap into those talents. So set the direction and go, this is where we need to get to. Now, team, what do you think is the best way to get there? And then let them shine. You're paying them good money for their intellectual capability, not for their arms and legs. You're paying for their intellectual capability. Hey everyone, it's Mick Spiers from the Leadership Project, where we empower leaders with the knowledge and skills that they need to create amazing teams and amazing workspaces. If you're enjoying our content, please do remember to hit like, subscribe, and that little notification bell so that you can be notified of all of our future videos. In the meantime, please do take care, look out for each other, and join us on this journey as we learn together and lead together.